Hey everyone, welcome back to MadeItMikayla. I'm Mikayla, and today we're going to do a walkthrough of my June 2022 to June 2023 digital planner. Today I'm using my iPad Pro 11-inch 2020 version with an Apple Pencil 2, and I'm using the GoodNotes app. So if we click on the cover here, it'll take us to the dashboard. Also, I'm in viewing mode, so for GoodNotes it looks like this with a blue top if you're in editing mode, and then you just want to click this icon here, and then I'm clicking full screen, and that's how the hyperlinks work or get activated. So for the dashboard, we'll start in the top left. This is some information that a typical planner would have, like your name and contact info. And then in the middle here we have extra pages. There's 10 numbered ones and then 6 unlabeled ones. And then here are the links to the front and back covers. And then on the bottom is my information where we can stay connected. I have my website, MadeItMikayla.com, and as well as my social medias all linked. Then on the right side, on the top here, we have papers. These are blank papers, so there's different ones that I'll show in a little bit. Then the next section is other templates that I've categorized into 4 other sections. And then here is daily and weekly blank templates, and then 2022 months and templates, and 2023 months and templates. And now we'll go into what each of these look like. So the thing to know about this planner is that there are more than one daily and weekly layouts that you can use and switch around with, all in the same planner. Typically, a digital planner would have one kind of layout, such as vertical or horizontal, but this one includes both and more. So let's jump on into this. So this is what a monthly spread would look like. And of course, the numbers and the weeks are hyperlinked. And then on the top here, you'll notice that the top bar changes depending on what spread you're on. So we have habits, gratitude, memories, and mood for each month. And then we can jump to a weekly spread by just tapping a week. And there are 5 different weekly layouts. So the first one is template, and this is what it looks like. On the left is little boxes for each day of the week, which is also hyperlinked. And then we have the week of, and then it's dated, so it will change with whatever week it is. And then a mini calendar, weekly intention or affirmation, top 3 priorities, space to grow, goals for this week, weather and mood trackers, and a little journal section. And so if you're not feeling like using this template for this week, you can also switch to one of these, and they're also dated and hyperlinked. To show what that looks like, this is the time block, and so it goes from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. with 6 bulleted points or checklist items on the top, as well as a mini calendar and a blank column on the left. And vertical looks exactly the same, but without the numbers and checklists. Horizontal is the same idea, but horizontal layout. And so they have little grid boxes in each of the day of the week boxes. And then lastly, custom is just a blank spread for you to customize. So let's jump back to the first template. And now we can go into the daily spreads. So there are 3 different daily layouts. This is the first one, and it's the template similar to the weekly layout, but for daily. And so instead of top 3 priorities, we have the meal planner, meals for today, and a little note space on the bottom left. Other than that, it's pretty much the same as the weekly one. And then we have time block. So it has some of the same template features, but also includes a time block scheduling on the left side, And I've also included some little motivational notes just to help you along if you need a little motivation. And once again, custom is blank. So if we click back here, it'll take you to the month, click on a day, click on a week. All of it is hyperlinked. And this is the same for June, July, August, and so forth. I've also included a bonus April and May of 2022, just so you don't have to wait till June to start using it. And let's also look at some of the other monthly spreads. So habits, each month has a habit tracker with the month name here. And then each of these dailies are also linked to the day. And so on the left side here, you can put what you want to track and then check off each day as you do that habit. You can also track bi-weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on what you want, what habit you're tracking. And this will change for every month. So August has 31 days, but September, for example, doesn't. And so I've blocked off that, and we have up to September 30. Next is the gratitude page. And so on the left is things that I'm grateful for, and you can just put those in the box on the left side. And then on the right, we have one line a day. So you'd come back here every day and write at least one sentence of something you're grateful for. And it's really great to practice gratitude every day, because sometimes we forget about the little things in life. And once again, these are hyperlinked as well, and would change the numbers according to how many days there are in the month. So next is memories. And here we have 28 little Polaroids where you can place like square pictures in, and there's also room on the Polaroid to like write a date or the event name or such, whatever you want to include. And lastly, the mood tracker. This again, once again, would change the number of days depending on how many days are in the month. And then here you can color in what mood you're feeling, and then on the right side is the color code, so you can use like the highlighter and put your own colors in, and then just see the overall mood. Just to show, these are hyperlinked. And now we can also show the yearly spreads. So 2022 and 2023 are linked on top on the left side. And all of these mini calendars are hyperlinked from April to December. And if you click this again, it will take you to the year at a glance with the same mini calendars, but also more space to write down any upcoming events or activities or birthdays that you just need to remember. And same thing for 2023. And so clicking these will just take you back and forth. And then this little icon here is my logo, and it will take you to my website, but we don't need to do that right now. Also, in GoodNotes, what is being covered here is the link to the dashboard home. You can just click the screen and then click the home button, and it will take you back to the dashboard. So that's what the main spreads look like, and now we can go through some of the other spreads. So let's go through the papers. First up is blank. Just a blank, simple spread. Next up is the grid. So it has little boxes. And then graph, which has even smaller boxes. Next is dot. And then we have line. This is a frame that goes around here. And then we have 4 columns for a checkoff list. Next are the split papers. And so one half of each spread will be something and the other half will be something else. So this one is line grid, and so line on the left and grid on the right. Split grid, so grid on the left and blank on the right. Dot line, dot on the left and line on the right. Split dot, so dot on the left and blank on the right. Split line, line on the left and blank on the right. Double frame, which has two frames separated by a line in the middle. And then split list, so a list on the left and blank on the right. Next, we'll go through the other templates. So the categories that we have for those are the self, home, hobbies, and habits. We'll first go through the self. So this is your goals spread, and so it has the same layout as my 2022 digital planner because I found that to be the most helpful. So on the left here we have my goal, your start and achieve dates, and then why do I want to accomplish this goal, and then a little chart for what is holding me back and how can I change this, and then what is my life going to look like when I achieve this goal. Next is deadlines, a checkbox, and steps to achieve my goal. Just a little chart for small steps because small steps are significant. And then lastly, a notes and ideas space. Next is self-care reflection, which is also the same from my 2022 digital planner. So first is 10 things that I love about myself. You can do sentences, words, whatever you find most helpful. What is an affirmation that I need right now? What is self-care for me? What do I need to forgive myself for? Space to grow. What are 3 qualities that I love about myself? What do I need most right now, and how can I feel that need? And lastly, what can I do to improve my happiness? Next is the gratitude, which is the same as from the monthly, but it's just blank and not hyperlinked. I've included 30 and 31 for you. Next is the journal spread, so it's dotted on the left and you can put photos, drawing, doodles, quotes, mood board, ideas, or brainstorming, or whatever else you'd like. And then on the right side, it's lined and has space for the title and date of the entry. Next is the brain dump page, which is pretty much just a blank page with the word brain dump. I didn't want to put too much and just give you a space to empty out your thoughts without any distractions. Next is self. So these are some questions and such to help you kind of rediscover yourself and just have everything written down to look at, because sometimes we forget about ourselves. And that's good to look back on. So my favorite things includes color, animal, food, place, object, feeling, weather, activity, exercise, and personality trait. Of course, you can white out on top of these and put whatever else you'd like if you don't like any of these. And next is friends, family, and more. I don't need to read all of these out loud, but you get the idea. It's to show that there's people in your life that you can count on, like being always there for you, makes you smile and such. And feel free to put more than one person or someone. Could be your pet. Just whatever you need. Next is adjectives from my name. So for example, my name is Mikayla, so my first letter would be M. Letter 2 would be I, and then I would put an adjective like magical or something like that. And if you need more space, there's a little bit more under 10 letters, but I think the average name is around 7. What are 3 qualities that I love about myself? How have I changed in the last 5 years? And what do I hope my life will look like in the next 5 years? So this is the next section, which is home. And so this is the cleaning spread. So there's little charts to track your cleaning, maybe around the house. So there's daily, weekly, bi-weekly, annually, monthly, and seasonal. Next is finances, which includes 3 spreads. And so this one is budgeting. So we have expenses and income on the left with the date, item, from where, the type, and the cost. And then we have some budgeting on the right. So these are some things I thought were most helpful for everybody, like savings, health, insurance, utilities, groceries, maybe eating out, and subscriptions or non-essentials, and some blank ones. And always feel free to cross out any that you don't like and replace it with what you find most helpful. And then a little notes on the bottom. Next is bank tracking. So these are 2 columns of the same thing: date, bank account, type, and current amount. And lastly, your wish list. So you can keep track of your wants and check off when you got them. Next is travel, which also has 3 spreads. So on the top left here, we have some transportation info: from home and to home, departure time, arrival times, and other information. Then under here, we have our packing list for essential items, clothes, and other items. And then I left a space for foods to try on this trip, because good food is a good mood. And then we have a space for a map if you need it. And lastly, places to visit on this trip. Next is the itinerary. This is for 7 days, but if your trip is shorter or longer, you can duplicate the page or just cross out the days you don't need. So we have destination, leisure, eats, and transportation, just to point out each day, and then some notes on the bottom if you need. And lastly is documentation. So on the top left here, we have a summary of everything from your trip. So outside stuff like weather, people, culture, views, and activities. And then inside, which is environment, atmosphere, happiness, what you learned, and souvenirs. Then on the bottom, we have space for a photo gallery. And then space on top for your favorite memory from this trip, as well as a little journal section, just to document everything from your trip. Next is wellness, health, and meal plan. So the difference between wellness and health is that wellness is about your inner soul, about your feelings and your emotions and your inner self. And health is more of your physical well-being. So these templates look the same, but they are for health versus wellness. So for measurements, we have happiness, energy, anger, sadness, excitement, anxiety, stress, nervousness, overthinking, and content. And then space on the right for the level. And I left that up to you, so you can do like 5 stars, 1 to 10, happy face, sad face. It's up to you how you want to rate them. And then on the bottom, we have a chart for Sunday through Saturday, and you can put like if you do meditation or certain stretches or whatever you need for your wellness. And it's undated, so you can keep reusing this spread. And then on top we have space to grow if you want to put like motivation or just other notes about your wellness. And lastly, a wellness goal chart, so the date and checking off when you got it, as well as a reward and what the goal was. And it's pretty much the same for health, except for the measurements change. So here we have weight, height, chest, waist, hips, arms, legs, thighs, abs, and BMI. Of course, if these don't apply, you can change them how you need. And lastly is the meal plan. It looks kind of like the itinerary chart, but for breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, as well as groceries on the bottom. And you can just plan out a week's worth of meal planning. Of course, feel free to duplicate as needed. The next section is hobbies. So first up is reading, and this is what one spread looks like. And it's pretty similar for some of the other spreads that you'll see. So we have a space for a cover of a book or magazine or whatever you're reading, and then the title, a description, your review, and your rating. And you can fit 4 in one spread. And then there are 5 reading spreads, so you have basically 20 books that it'll fit. Next up is music, so there's 3 spreads for that. So this one is my top 10 songs or albums this year, and then you can put the album cover or song cover here, and then the title of the album or song and the artist. Next is your monthly faves, so this is from January to December with the same content. And then my favorite songs or albums of all time. So this is like throughout your life, what was your top 10 go-tos? Like if someone asked you on the street, what's your favorite song? And it would be in this. Next is podcasts, and it's pretty much the same exact thing, but for podcasts versus music. And then next is TV shows, and it's the same exact thing as the reading pages. And there's 5 of them, so 20 TV shows. As well as for movies, same exact thing, so 20 movies. Next is just a blank page of the memories. It's not hyperlinked or anything. And now we're moving on to the last section of the other pages, which is habits. So this is your routine spread. So you write down your morning and night routines. And there's also space on the bottom if you want to include pictures or tutorials for that. And next is just blank mood trackers for 30 and 31 days. Next is the habit tracker, and it's the same exact thing as the cleaning spread, just because it works out that way. Next is a vision board, and it's pretty much blank except for this grid for you to put like your pictures on. And lastly is links. So I know in GoodNotes you can link back to like your favorite links and stuff, even Spotify playlists. So I thought I would include a spread for that, for a place for you to just access all your links easily. So we have my 10 most used links and some space for shopping links and other links. And then on the right side for your bookmarks. And that's it for the other spreads. I'll also show the end of year reflection. So this is also the same from the 2022 digital planner. How did you grow this year? What helped you to get through this year? What are you most proud of from this year? What is the most memorable moment or day of the year? Memories from this year. What 3 adjectives best describe this year? What did you learn about yourself this year? And what are your goals for next year? So next is the extra pages. They're pretty much just blank for you to put whatever you need. And so there's up to 10, but there's also these blank ones in case you want to put your own word or picture there. I left it for you to label. And lastly, again, here's the front cover and then the back cover. So this just has some of my information, and it is all hyperlinked as well. And that's it for my June 2022 to June 2023 digital planner walkthrough. I also wanted to clarify that this was not my original idea for the top bar changing. I got it from K Digital Studio, who is a queen at digital planning. I'll link her stuff in the description, and full credits to her. And yeah, you can find this planner in my shop at MadeItMikayla.com, and it also comes with 10 hand-drawn covers and a pack of digital stickers. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. This planner also comes with 10 covers included. So this is the first one. It's a leafy green theme. Next is like a blue doodles page, and then a yellow abstract page, some pink brush strokes, a more black and white minimal look, a fun gradient, a pink swirly look, another doodles page, and like a watercolor green-blue blend, and then lastly a halftone gradient page. So this is a look at some of the stickers that I made that kind of match or go with this new planner. So there's like dated calendars, and then some extra little widget looking stickers. Again, not my original idea. And then also like other smaller stickers, and then the ones that go with them. And so this is a special pack, special for GoodNotes, and they're color changing. So I'll demo that real quickly. So once you're in edit mode, you can circle all these, and then you can just press color and change the color. And then it might take some time to load because it's a bunch of stickers. Sometimes GoodNotes gets stuck, but yeah, here we go. It changes color. And so we have the black base, like the text on top, and then we have a white one, depending on what you need. So that's just a look at the color changing pack. And I'll also have solid colored ones in my shop. So if you're not a GoodNotes user, you can also get those as well. And I'll probably include a sample pack with the new planner.